In 1992, South Africa quietly released a small copper coin that carried far more meaning than its size suggested. The 2-cent coin entered circulation during a period when the nation itself was standing at the edge of history, preparing to step from an old world into a completely new one. At the time, few people paid attention to it. It passed from hand to hand in markets, taxis, and corner shops, treated as something ordinary, almost disposable. No one imagined that decades later, this same coin would spark intense curiosity and global fascination. The year 1992 was not just another date stamped into metal. It represented the final phase of a long and complex era in South African history. The economy was shifting, social structures were changing, and the country was preparing for transformation. Currency, like history, reflects the moment it is created in. The 2-cent coin became a silent witness to that moment, carrying the weight of transition in its design, metal, and existence. Struck in copper-plated steel, the coin had a warm reddish tone that gave it a humble appearance. Its design was simple yet purposeful, created to represent stability and continuity during uncertain times. Millions of these coins were produced, and for years they remained in circulation, slowly wearing down as they moved through countless hands. As inflation grew and the value of small denominations declined, the 2-cent coin gradually disappeared from daily use, forgotten by most of the public. But rarity does not always come from low production numbers. Sometimes it comes from survival. Over time, most of these coins were lost, damaged, melted down, or discarded. Only a very small number remained in exceptional condition, preserved without scratches, corrosion, or signs of circulation. Even fewer carried specific minting characteristics that separated them from the rest. These tiny details, invisible to casual observers, would later become the key to their extraordinary value. Collectors began noticing subtle differences in certain 1992 2-cent coins. Slight variations in strike depth, alignment, and surface texture hinted that not all coins were created equally. Some were produced during early test runs, others during adjusted minting processes. These differences were never announced publicly, making them even more mysterious. As word spread quietly among numismatic experts, interest in the coin grew. What truly transformed the coin's reputation was its connection to history. This was one of the last low-denomination coins produced before South Africa fully entered a new political and economic era. To collectors, it represented the closing chapter of a story that would never be repeated. Owning the coin was not just about metal or money, but about holding a physical piece of time. As global coin markets expanded through online auctions and private sales, the 1992 2-cent coin reached audiences far beyond South Africa. International collectors began searching for high-grade examples, driving competition higher each year. Prices that once seemed unthinkable slowly became reality. A coin that had once bought a small sweet now attracted bids that could change lives. Stories began to circulate about individuals who discovered the coin in inherited collections, old jars, or forgotten boxes. Ordinary people suddenly found themselves in possession of something extraordinary. These stories fueled even more interest, turning the coin into a symbol of hidden value and unexpected fortune. It became proof that history does not always announce itself loudly. Experts emphasize that condition is everything. Only a handful of 1992 2-cent coins meet the strict criteria required to reach the highest valuations. These coins must be nearly flawless, professionally authenticated, and documented. When such a coin appears on the market, it creates immediate excitement. Collectors, investors, and historians all recognize its significance. Beyond its monetary value, the coin represents patience and perspective. For years, it was ignored. Time transformed it from spare change into a cultural artifact. This transformation reminds us that value is not always immediate. Sometimes, it takes decades for the true worth of an object to be understood. The fascination with this coin also reflects a deeper human desire to connect with the past. In a world driven by digital transactions and virtual assets, a small piece of metal from 1992 offers something tangible and real. It carries marks of an era, the intentions of its creators, and the journey it has traveled through countless lives. Today, the 1992 South Africa 2-cent coin stands as one of the most talked about modern coins in collector circles. It is studied, debated, and admired. Its story continues to evolve as new examples surface and records are broken. What began as a simple object has become a legend, not because it was meant to be, but because time chose it. This coin teaches a powerful lesson. Great value can exist in the most overlooked places. History can rest quietly in your hands without demanding attention. And sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest stories, waiting patiently for the right moment to be discovered. $80 million.